expecting more of a. I thought that this could possibly be the low, the midday low that they were talking about. Turns out it probably was. And then we attempt to establish support like early afternoon. Right now, what we should see is a decline with a notable move from the bottom of the range to the top of the range. Out of that decline, it looks like what'll probably happen is we're going to decline to this price level here. Somewhere in here, between these lines, and then we should probably push back to the resistance at the that we've seen at the high. Pretty solid resistance. It is looking like a setup for 3 pokes through the same price level, followed by a sharp decline in the case of that. This would be the 3rd poke we just went through. And then there's a brief high, somewhere towards the very end of the day, there's a brief high that's easily missed. I've been tempted several times to get in on the long side to purchase calls. I've been waiting. I was waiting for this midday low, but it ends up being that one. So end of day decline. My sense is that I'm going to get out of these. Well, I'll get out of the puts that I haven't doubled down on because I can't day trade them. And I'll probably sell against them in the midst of this end of day decline to protect them. The thing is, it's really convoluted here. Here's the thing, guys. I've got correlations to buy protection end of day. Huh. So it's a gap up. There's a gap up overnight. Yeah, so, and the gap up, I think we'll probably end up at the same high here. That midday low. This is a little bit early. This is all the establishing of support, and then what we should see is the strength card implies a decline, and then we move out of the decline. So my sense is probably that we're going to decline to somewhere between these price levels here, these two horizontal lines. What is that? 365-ish, 365.40-ish, 364.70-ish. So somewhere around there, and then. We'll move higher from the bottom of the range to the top of the range, have a brief peak that's easily missed, and then another decline into the end of the day. I mean, I'm advised to open up protection end of day, and we have a gap up tomorrow. We're flirting with the same price level tomorrow. Being misled here too. Really tricky these next few days because these cards here are pretty bearish. Yet we have we're on an incline from low that we had on the 13th to a high that we should have on the 19th, right? But with bearish cards on the way, so it's a little convoluted. Also, we have like the Ace of Cups, but it's in the high position, which is it's not a natural place for the Ace of Cups to be. It's like making a point to tell me that there's a higher price level than that price at the high, when you see an Ace of Cups in the high position. I'm speaking about the 19th. So there'll be a higher price level there. Looks like we gap up significantly the following day. So yeah, I definitely want to have I'm pretty confident I'm going to want to have opened up a call at the end of the day here. If there's a decline, which there should be. Right, and then buy puts here again, early or late morning session in the midst of a rally. You can see the lust card at the close, lust card on the 19th. That's interesting. Here with the expectation that we'll probably meet at least one of them, somewhere in there, and then move higher from there. There should be a notable move higher out of there to probably back to this resistance line here. It's a brief peak, and then we fall pretty strongly, looks like, into the close. I see what's happening. Okay, yeah, we definitely fall into the close. It's not a rally at the close to open up a short position. It's a fall at the close. And then the opportunity to open up the short position, it's speaking about this here. This Ace of Wands. You can see it's like almost pointing towards it. I get it now. That makes me feel much better about my situation because I don't have any calls yet. Sold my calls here. Double down on some puts. Whoa, we had a bunch of people jump on. Okay, so guys, if you missed it, I just figured out, like, the end of the day was really convoluted. It just occurred to me what it's saying now, so I feel a lot more at ease. I sold my calls here early in the day, a little bit early, but it was around here. I also bought back my short puts that I had sold against my long puts, so I bought back the short legs of my puts right around here. Doubled down on one of those put positions because it was down more than 50%, and I want to be able to get back to at least even on it. I made money on the other leg. If I can get back to even on it, it's going to give me a bigger profit on the other leg, right? So what I'm planning to do, because I'm still dealing with the pattern day trade rule, I'm at my limit for that three trades in a 5-day period, which is, I mean, it's the number one reason why the small guy stays the small guy in this market. It's so unfair, it's ridiculous, and people understood what really is going on there. Anyhow, so rather than sitting on a position I don't feel is like going to be tomorrow morning in the right, it's not going to be a good position as of tomorrow morning. And rather than taking the 4th day trade, what I do is I sell against it. When I see a big enough move, it's possible. If there's not a big enough move, it's kind of a moving point there. But what I'll do is I'll sell sell a short leg against against the long leg that I'm trying to protect, rather than selling the long leg. And that's one way that you can circumvent pattern day trading rule. Another way is to use multiple accounts. Just use one, trade in one, then move to the other when you run out, you know. But you never want to be trading if you don't have a way to if you don't have a plan for how to get out of the situation. Like if you feel you're stuck there because you've got your third day trade and you're going to sit there and lose your money, you don't sit there and lose the money. You take the money, you take the pattern day trading thing, and you learn your lesson. It's only 90 days. But you have to get in the mentality of doing whatever it takes not to lose money. That's rule number one. Don't lose your money. Rule number one. It's more important than making money. Why is that? Because you can always make more money, but eventually you run out of money to lose. Those puts are coming back a little bit. They're still not where they were this morning. It's annoying. But if we have a strong enough move at the end of the day, I'll be good to go. Which my sense is we probably do. The Indolence card is a pretty notable move to the downside through multiple supports, and it's putting it with the Priestess card. The Priestess card in a lot of cases is pretty bearish. It's not like your typical directional kind of card. But there's something we don't see going on here at the close. There's a brief peak and then a drop into the close, and then again, guys, overnight we have a breakout. There's probably a significant move higher. We may end up moving like near the same price level. It depends on how far we fall at the end of the day here today. But I think we're probably going to see the same resistance, the same price level of resistance here around this 10 to 11 o'clock hour-ish. And there's a pretty, it looks like there's a pretty big move downward at the end of the day here. Like the second half of the day tomorrow is looking pretty bearish, except for right at the close. Even though that lust card is kind of like there's also worry energy, which kind of trumps. It's from the monthly, so kind of trumps this in a way. And then we have moved higher overnight on the 19th. Big gap up on the 20th, it looks like. I just caught a mistake. I need to look at this side by side. gapping up and then falling, gapping up and then falling. Look, we're flirting with the same resistance level, right? We've got the science card today, it's nullified, right? We've got the Fool card tomorrow, it's nullified. We've got the Ace of Cups at the high. Anyhow, a move higher, so we drop and then a move higher overnight, and on the 19th, crisscrossing back and forth in the same price level, trying to fake us out on the 19th. My gosh. Okay, so I think the high's actually on the 20th. This crest that I see here on the 19th, my sense is that it actually takes place on the 20th. Around the open. So this is a significant, this resistance that we're coming up against is significant, guys. This science resistance, this whole area right here is science. Where did my notation go? Good old E-Trade. See, this is a significant resistance. We're going to flirt with this. We're going to flirt with this tomorrow. We're going to flirt with this on the 19th. Yes, we're going to flirt with it on the 19th. We're going to flirt with it again in the morning on the 20th. So by protection towards the end of the day, and this is all Ace of Cups energy commencing here towards the end of the day. Ace of Cups, Ace of Cups, Ace of Cups, and then there's more Ace of Cups the next day. There is a move higher overnight, so we open higher on the 21st. Interesting, and it's nullified. I'll come back to that in a bit. I'm still seeing a multiple day dip, yes. There's going to be quite a bit of volatility in there. Right, because we've got like a drop at the end of the day today, and then a gap up, a drop at the end of the day tomorrow, and then a gap up. We flirt with that price level on the 19th. Of Cups is the decline off of that price level, and you can see it starts right around here, continues. It's still Ace of Cups energy, Ace of Cups energy. Looks like the Ace of Cups energy finally kind of like calms down on the 24th. But what I see here, guys, right? We probably, on the 21st, we probably gap up. I may have said gap down, but it looks like we probably gap up. Let me take a look, 21st. Okay. Yeah, we open lower. Wait a minute. The Empress card is a little interesting. It's a yes card. It's a positive card, but in the framework of like technical analysis, it's a bearish card that precedes a rally. So it's actually downward motion, but it's a yes and up card for me as far as what I'm looking for. So we do open up higher. On the 21st, we open up higher. sorry, on the 24th we open up higher, and looks like we may flirt with that science price level again early in the day, and then fall from there again, or maybe we might flirt with it here with the Princess of Swords, but on the 24th there's a rally that ends. See this Princess of Wands, there's a rally that ends, and we break down through that price level. So I'll probably buy calls. Interesting. I might buy calls in the morning on the 24th. I might buy calls. That's what I have planned here on the overview, but I'm looking at it and I'm not so sure about that. Look, there's that science card again. Wow. A lot of price movement on the 25th. A lot of price movement. Price movement there on the 25th, though. Definitely. Looks like we go from a crest down to a low, and then back to a crest. Like there's a lot going on, but there's a deep decline in there for sure. That's what I'm seeing. You guys want to see anything in particular? Any questions you might have? That strength. Okay, so this would be the bottom of the range to the top of the range. So we go back to resistance likely. It's a brief peak that's easily missed. Remember that. Brief peak that's easily missed. Starts on the, looks like it starts on the 19th, 20th, starts around there. But it's interesting because we have gaps up and then bearish days. If that's the big decline you're speaking of, you're asking about. setting up my TikTok live. Trying to make it clear I'm not here to answer, will I see John next week? Like, wait a week. It's so, like, irreverent. This energy it takes me, like, so much discipline to be able to have this, like, and people are like, am I going to see John next week? Like, you can't wait a week for that? Questions, guys? Alright, well, if you just hopped on, I was waiting for a decline to happen here. It looks like this was the decline I was waiting for, so I missed it. But end of day, there's supposed to be a brief, like out of a decline, there's a move higher, 244, this has got to be it. Right, there's a move higher, we hit resistance, which we're doing there, and then it's a brief high before a sharp decline. And that's how we're able to gap up tomorrow and still have that price level above us. Although, wow, what if it's a breakout, so we might actually go higher than that price level, come to think of it. If you're just hopping on the TikTok, we're doing live streaming on YouTube on our channel Tarot for Traders with FOR rather than number 4. We're looking side by side at the live S&P 500 chart and the S&P 500 reading we did for today as well as for tomorrow's, discussing our expectations. I was in 2007, I was a Wall Street broker, had a near-death experience, left Wall Street, and started studying the non-visible, the hidden parts of the universe, the hidden parts of existence, if you will. 22 years later, I'm happy to say that I did find what I was looking for, the cause of everything. I think a lot of people know it, but I've come to internalize it, and that's what allows me to do things like predict the stock market by the hour with a 98% average accuracy, and that's an average accuracy over several years of consecutive daily S&P 500 by the hour posts. Is the NFT market going to recover? I think so. Let me see. I'm not always right when I say I think though, so let me ask the cards. That's a yes. A male ruler of nations is highlighted. Yes, and I'm advised that you should take control of whatever the situation is. There's a situation, obviously you asked the question about NFTs in relation to a situation. I'm advised that you should take control of the situation, and yes, it will recover. Guys, we're doing investment and crypto related questions only. She should you buy Apple puts tomorrow, B? Let's take a look at Apple. Again, if you're just hopping on the TikTok, you can check out our YouTube channel. We're live streaming on YouTube right now, tarotfortraders.com, or excuse me, Tarot for Traders on YouTube. And we're looking at side-by-side chart of the S&P 500 in relation to the readings that we did for it. Actually, we're going to look at Apple. We're going to look at Apple now. I'm not sure if I would buy puts in Apple just yet. I'd probably wait till tomorrow. Possibly the 19th, the end of the day on the 19th. I mean, but there's nothing here advising, so it's not like the best trade idea. There's nothing here advising me to place that trade. Oh, excuse me, there is something advising me to place that trade. On the 18th, yeah, on the 18th, you want to wait till tomorrow, B. I'd wait till tomorrow. Outside, well, that's difficult for me to discern. The question is, do you see higher highs at the end of the month, like the 27th and 28th, higher than the 19th or the 20th? Do I seriously believe cards know the future? How about you go to my YouTube channel and check out the 900 predictions of the S&P 500 by the hour that have a 98% average accuracy, and then come talk to me with questions like that. I have zero tolerance for people who don't back up their facts. I've been dealing with discrimination my entire life. People just don't believe it, so you're automatically a liar. Like, I have 900 posts on YouTube. You don't fake YouTube. You don't fake the stock market chart, smart guy. Ugh. I'm blocking you. Bye-bye, bro. Guys, we're doing stock and crypto related questions only. If you're interested in checking out what we're doing, we're on YouTube. We're streaming live on YouTube, looking at the S&P 500 chart in relation to the stock market, in relation to the tarot. In relation to the tarot spread that we did for the day by the hour. This spread was conducted on. Let's see here. On the 25th. Of August 25th. Sorry, that's the video. Excuse me. It's earlier than that. August 5th. So the spread that we're looking at right now that we're using to trade, and it's pretty much doing a great job of guiding us properly. It was created August 4th, I think I just said, August 4th. I'm good. I got to block another guy that's like, do you really believe the cards let you see the future? Like, these people are so stupid. They're just so stupid. They think they're the smartest people in the world. They're the stupidest people in the world because they think they know everything. They've stopped learning. The reason why I'm a psychic is because I never stop learning. I don't think I know everything. I ask my own questions. I don't take it for granted and read it out of a book. And that's how I came to realize what I've come to realize. It took me 22 years of struggle, trial, tribulation, a hard life to figure out how to do this, guys. The amount of time it takes for me to predict the S&P 500 by the hour with a 98% average accuracy, day after day after day after day. There's 900 posts on YouTube, and that's not when I started. That's when I started doing it on video. You go to the website, there's probably another 1,000 on the website, and that's not when I started either. That's when I started posting them online. I've been doing it since 2007, and in 2010, I was in the top 1% of the CNBC $1 Million Portfolio Challenge using only tarot cards. That's against everybody else on the planet, not just the United States. I was in the top 1% using tarot cards. So yeah, I do believe that tarot cards show me the future, my friend. I'm talking crap, I already blocked him. I've dealt with people like that my whole life. Any good penny stocks right now? I was just looking at one that I discovered yesterday. It's on the OTCBB. It's MedMen. It's under 4 cents right now. And MedMen is like a pretty, as far as the brands of the marijuana dispensaries, MedMen is it's a pretty significant one. They were one of the first, if not the first. So are we seeing higher highs at the end of the month? Sorry, I got distracted there. It's possible. It is possible because there's a lot of price movement going on here, and there's a lot of back and forth, and we do have 2 crest things and a strong possibility of a high there for the month, but I don't think my sense is that it's not a month's high. It's just a significant crest. Or like sometimes when you have a lot of volatility, you have a big move higher, it creates a new high, and then the next day's candlestick will be a big move lower, creating a lower low on the previous day's low. So that would be like a crest and a trough that sometimes that'll come up, and then back to another big spike where the high of the third candlestick is higher than the high of the second candlestick, creating a new local prominent crest, if you will. Sometimes that sort of stuff happens. Okay, Joanna. Well, I can block you too if you don't want to go check out my YouTube where I have 900 predictions proving that I predict the S&P 500 by the hour. You can't fake an S&P 500 chart. So you want to like back up and maybe recalibrate your attitude before you get blocked and never see 98% average accurate predictions again. That's my recommendation to you. These people are so nasty, man. I feel sorry for them, honestly. They make me a little angry, but at the end of the day, I feel sorry for them. The anger comes from years and years of me dealing with these type of people, thinking they knew better than me, smarter than me. I was always in a lesser position of a job or something like that, having to take orders from them, so I never kept the job because I just couldn't do it. People with lower standards of morals should not be telling me what to do. They should be listening to me. What market is MedMen? It's OTCBB, so it's not publicly traded yet. It can be traded like a stock, but it's not publicly traded because it doesn't meet all of the criteria to make it a publicly traded stock. So the OTCBB is another exchange where they have stocks like that. It's better than pink sheets. Pink sheets are the riskiest. OTCBB, those are like they have higher standards, financial reporting and stuff like that. And it's MedMen's. I know that brand. I've seen it a lot. I know that there's a lot of changes being made to it, at least in Florida. And it just stands out to me like some of these other stocks have stood out to me. Just like I just knew like Apple at 90 before the iPhone. You know, I mean, like, sometimes I just know, you know, and this is one of them. So hopefully I answered your question outside well. Came in, I thought I was killing a bear, killing a beet. Okay. So guys, we're doing specifically stock related questions. If you're just hopping on to TikTok, I was a Wall Street broker in 2007. I didn't belong there. That was obvious. Had a near-death experience, and it was made obvious to me that I didn't belong there at that moment. I left Wall Street, started studying the esoteric, started studying the non-physical, started studying nature, reality, and struggled for 20 years figuring out how to trade with tarot. I could literally tell you every single deck. There's a book I wrote. Every single card in the deck. This is the halting of a bullish trend marked by a sharp decline through a critical support level. This is the completion of a rally along a diagonal trend line that ends with a fast sudden move higher, followed by a breakdown through that diagonal trend line with increasing volatility on the way down. A U-shaped dip taking place near the intersection of two perpendicular diagonal trend lines. Sideways rotational on key support, moving higher to reach the nearest critical resistance, and then falling back down to continue rotating along critical support. Sideways fluidity, equal amounts of bulls and bears, inflow and outflow sideways, generally flat price action. Well, a lot of movement, but ending flat. A big move higher followed by a full retracement back down, standing out. I mean, I could go through the whole deck, guys. I spent 22 years of my life predicting the S&P 500 by the hour every single trading day with a tarot card representing each hour. There's nobody else on the planet that can even come close to my accuracy or my understanding of the stock market in relation to esoterics. They don't exist. I am the leader. And, you know, sometimes it makes sense not to be humble. Like when you're trying to display yourself and use sales skills, right? I'm generally a pretty humble guy, but you got to understand something, because there's plenty of people that are just so skeptical. Like, just go to the YouTube channel. Tomorrow's predicted. The day after that's predicted. Matter of fact, everything up until what's tomorrow's, the 18th. We have November. We'll have everything up until November 18th live on the website, predicting the S&P 500. It's already there. We don't take them down if they're bad. So you go do the math. Sometimes you gotta sell yourself. There's a good chance we see 320 on SPY by the end of the month. There is a good chance. It's not a definitive thing, but I'm not defending. I'm just have like a 3-second attention span. They make up their mind instantaneously that you're false because look at me. Do I look like a psychic? First off, what does a psychic look like, smart guy? So discriminatory. They think it's acceptable. It's going to be the newest form of discrimination, and eventually people will realize that psychic phenomena are real. You cannot argue with me. I'm predicting by the hour every single day. I'm the only person who does it. I'm the only person who knows how. You can't argue with me. You can, but it's dumb in this situation. I'm hoping for for 390. Are you talking about in October? Because I don't see that. That's not happening, my friend. You're probably joking, I'm guessing. Okay, Queen, I have a sales background. I'm trying to grow my channel, so I mean, I get you're trying to give me good advice, but this is not the same thing as being arrogant. This is sales skills. This isn't me validating from the outside. I need no validation. When somebody's negative, I just block them. I don't care. I mean, it's annoying. It pisses me off because I dealt with them. I have a lot of like baggage from that growing up. But when it comes down to it, I feel sorry for them. They don't make me feel lesser. They actually make me feel greater, because I'm the one guy. It's so hard to believe. These people show just how hard it is to believe, and somehow I'm the guy that figured it out. What? Like nobody, including myself, would have ever saw that coming. Like my entire life, nobody, not even myself. I mean, my parents still don't see it coming. They just don't get it. That's the other conundrum of working with the stock markets. People have so many assumptions about what the stock market is. You say stock market and they hear you're rich. Like, that's so not the case. Most stockbrokers are broke, living on credit cards, my friends. They're taught sales skills. They're not taught analysis skills. Appreciate the likes, Queen. Oh, sorry guys, I didn't say it. I think trading stocks is, I mean, I'm pretty addicted to trading. It's kind of like a lifestyle. So if you're looking for that ticker, guys, you gotta understand, OTCBB, it doesn't meet the standards that the normal stock market requires for it to trade on the stock market. So that's why it doesn't. It trades on OTCBB. It's considered speculative when you purchase something like that. It's less than 4 cents. It's MedMen's. In my opinion, it's a no-brainer. Like, it's just, that's a deal. Yeah, I mean, most stock people are stressed because it's like the whole industry is convinced that you can't time. The whole industry is like completely accepting of like an expert. To be a good expert analyst in the industry, like you just have to like lean a little bit to success versus like you have to have like a 55% accuracy. That means it's better than just probability, right? So that's very rare to find somebody with a 55 or 60% win ratio utilizing normal accuracy tools. It doesn't exist. Everybody that advises says, well, I think it might do this. It has the potential to do that. Nobody ever makes definitive statements. And it's like acceptable. These are our experts making no definitive statements whatsoever. And me with a 98% average accuracy predicting by the hour, they don't even try to predict by the hour. They think it's impossible. I'm predicting by the hour. Okay, they don't analyze by the hour. And I have a 98% average accuracy. But I'm not legally allowed to give financial advice. This is the world that I grew up in, and that's just a perfect example of the kind of struggles that I've dealt with through discrimination towards psychics, because I don't look like a psychic. I couldn't be a psychic. What does a psychic look like, my friends? That is so discriminatory, my God. I actually make a point to look a specific way, and it's very much not at all what I am inside. You could consider me a sheepdog in wolf's clothing, if that makes sense. There's wolves in sheep's clothing, and there's a sheepdog in wolf's clothing. You get the attention of the wolves, you direct their attention back to where it needs to go, and you solve so many problems in society and in the world. And by wolves, I mean the wolves of Wall Street, my friends. The wolves of Wall Street. If I can get them to pay attention, let me back up. When I can get them to pay attention to the 98% average accuracy. It's there for anybody to see. It's free. I'm not asking people to give me money to trade. People have offered me money to trade for them. I'm like, no, I don't want that. That's not why I'm telling you this. Like, everybody thinks there's some like ulterior motive. My motive is simple: to prove that anything is possible, that psychic phenomenon exists and can be used practically in the real world. I prove it every single day. Every single hour of trading, I prove it. It's undeniable evidence. So this work that we're doing here, and the people that support this channel, what we're doing is we're laying the foundation for the forefront of society's evolution. You understand that? If we can prove to mass consciousness that paranormal experiences exist, phenomenon exist, that extrasensory perception exists, that intuition is valuable, if we can teach them how to utilize it, I mean, the problems that we could solve in the world, not just that, but the problems that would evaporate altogether. These issues that people have where they're getting arguments over the dumbest shit. Guys, it's infinity. You're choosing one frame of reality to get pissed about. You could have chose any frame and created that. And someday, hopefully, society will understand that. Our realities are not the same. It's a multi-dimensional reality. I'm not seeing the future. I'm deriving myself into the future that I choose. That's what a prophet does. Yeah, I know. Here it's like, that's also happy, man. That's also why I'm here. He said here in Brazil, people have much more understanding for psychic qualities, and it's respected. And most in India, or even more in India, it's like a normal part of reality for them, just like it is for me. I wake up in the morning and I predict the stock market by the hour. It's easier. It's like eating toast. I do it every single day. I've been doing it for like 20 years almost. You know, it's like, it's just a part of my day, like brushing my teeth. Getting somebody to look at the evidence, the overwhelming, undeniable evidence, the 900 and climbing posts. There's 5 that got released at 3 o'clock. There's 5 new predictions that got released at 3 o'clock today. That's how we're throwing predictions out, with a 98% average accuracy. So someday, hopefully, this will provide the necessary... Listen to this, guys. Twitter tried to ban me. They said I was breaking their rules of whatever, you know. Because why? Because I'm talking about stocks and I happen to be a psychic. I was a Wall Street broker, and I spent 20 years of my life studying how to be a psychic, how to utilize that type of energy and that information practically. So yeah, I am telling the truth. I am talking from a legit place. I'm not asking anybody for money, nor will I ask them. I mean, you could send me donations, but I'm not selling you something. Donations are needed and appreciated, because for whatever reason the gift is for everybody but myself, it seems. I do all right. You know, I think because I have the risk of a big ego. I'm a Leo moon. There's certain things that I've safeguards that I need to put in place to protect myself from getting an outrageous ego. Yeah, 100% happy. Post them wherever you want. I'm actually thinking about moving to Spain, guys. You think it's similar in Spain, Happy Man, to Brazil? I know it's not the same culture, but it's got to be some similarities there. Can we get that decline already, please? It's so annoying. It's like, this happens when I watch. When I stop watching, stuff moves. I'm a Cancer, actually. I'm a Leo moon. But I'm not a Leo, I'm a Cancer. Yeah, I have a mutual reception between the sun and the moon in my astro chart. What you were picking up on, Queen, is my Leo moon. I mean, we're doing stock-related questions, but for whatever reason, I'm going to answer that. Yes, she was likely an Earth sign, or had the traits of an Earth sign. Very like grounded, probably good with money, a hard worker, probably stubborn. Usually, they're very practical type of individuals. They want to see it to believe it type of stuff in a lot of cases. Not always, but in a lot of cases. Oh my god, I love Scorpios. Where did you come from, Queen of Readings? You're psychic and you're Scorpio? When I'm dating a Scorpio, I end up with like heightened psychic abilities. I'm very empathic. I'm a clear empath, so like the people that I spend time with, I absorb their traits. What is my profession? I do this professionally. I'm a professional psychic, a financial experience. Started studying non-physical, the unseen world, the nature of reality, multidimensional realities, pondering infinity, trial and error, throwing down a card every hour for the S&P 500. Oh, whoa. We got that decline approaching. Yeah, for sure. Scorpios are the most psychic of the signs, if you ask me. Cancer's up there. Pisces is up there for sure. But Scorpio, I think, is really the most psychic. I try to do most of my readings under a Scorpio moon for the highest potential of success. Oh, okay. I'll type it in here for you, Joe. There's a 10-year coming out about it too. It's MMNFF. Oh, and it's on the OTCBB. Over the counter. Yeah, it's a different. Being a trader, people don't understand. Like, yeah, you can make a lot of money, but being a trader, I try to explain it to this. I have difficulties in so many ways because people think like you're just being difficult, or you have like a normal job and you should be able to do this. You can't leave the screen. I mean, if you have this information, you could, but like the average trader cannot leave the screen. It's like doing all this work, and then you leave the office for a minute. Boss comes in with the paychecks while you're gone, and since you missed him and didn't get your paycheck, you don't get paid for any of the work, period. It's not like you get the check later. That's what being a trader is like if you miss your trade. So it is very stressful. Very stressful. People don't understand. That's awesome. And here I am predicting the S&P 500 by the hour for years on end with a 98% average accuracy, but my own life issues have prevented me from being able to say the same yet. It's happening, but I mean, the number one question people used to say, oh yeah, if you could predict the stock market, where's the money? First off, I never said I was rich, okay? Predicting up and down is not the same as being a good trader. Why are people so stupid? All you need to do is look at the evidence. You're like coming up with these smarty pants arguments that are just stupid because you could go look at the evidence and you'd feel like an idiot. The evidence is undeniable. Like literally, I was saying Twitter, check this out. Twitter banned me for being a scam. And I wrote them a letter and I explained to them that what they were doing is considered discrimination, and that I have enough evidence that if I took them to court for a discriminatory case, or a case in discrimination, that I would 100%, no question about it, I would win. You cannot tell me that I'm not predicting the stock market. The proof is there day after day after day. I mean, I've literally drawn it on a live chart before it's happened. Live streaming. It's not something I just pull out of a hat. It takes hours. Like to predict the month of November for one stock takes easily 3 hours. It's a system of tarot, and then there's a secondary system of tarot that I created all of my own. It didn't exist beforehand, called meta analysis. It's pattern recognition through relationships. But anyhow, so I told them that, and they immediately gave me back my profile. I mean, because this is a new age, guys. You're not looking at somebody that like you can have an argument with and be like, oh yeah, well if it's really psychic, then this, because you're probably just you're just warm reading people. I had somebody tell me, try to blast me on YouTube when I first started this. Try to blast out to everybody that what I was doing was warm reading, where I'll check out somebody's clothes and determine what they're doing. I'm not even predicting people. I'm predicting stocks. Do stocks wear shoes, my friend? Can I take a look at a stock and warm read it? Like, what a moron. All he had to do was go look at the evidence. But instead, he got blocked. And he lives in the universe where that type of stuff doesn't exist. It's his fault. I could have opened his eyes. But if you're negative, you get blocked. Period. I got no tolerance. I'm not your average spiritual person. You can consider me a general. I've been here many, many times before for the same reasons. To liberate sentient beings. Period. I couldn't think, being on a Wall Street with my near-death experience, I couldn't think, one of the things that you have to come to realize to be a psychic, I'm sure, Queen, you probably agree with me here, is you have to understand that everything happens for a reason. Because if you don't believe that if you don't have that belief paradigm that everything happens for a reason, you can't draw information from the mundane. And that's what a psychic impression is. It's extra information from the everyday ordinary. We just get more information from the mundane. But that's because of a system, there's certain belief paradigms that we possess as psychics that allow for that reality to manifest. You can't see like a message in something mundane if you don't believe there's a message there to see. You're not even looking for it. So another belief paradigm, the belief paradigm I'm talking about is everything happens for a reason. So me having a near-death experience, making it to Wall Street, where I definitely did not belong. I mean, I was at Wall Street, 14 Wall Street, directly across from the New York Stock Exchange. I was there, and I had that near-death experience. I realized I'd made it to Wall Street to have this near-death experience and want to leave Wall Street, like after all this struggle to get there. And it occurred to me that I was one of very few, if not the only person on the planet that was in a specific situation to be able to attempt to predict the stock market. And when I started, and I wasn't good from the start, guys, but when I started to see these uncanny things happen, I was like, there's no way that could have been a coincidence. It happens too often. That's all that's those glimpses. That's all I needed to keep going. And now we have a 98% average accuracy. A 98% average accuracy, guys. That's esoteric science. So if anybody out there that's a big dude, he's got a ton of money, he thinks he's figured out the universe, and he wants to know how it is that I'm predicting the stock market, he's going to have to start taking some spiritual guidance, because that's how I'm predicting the stock market. It's got very little to do. I don't watch the news. I don't study technical charts, really. I used to, but not really. I don't look at fundamentals. I use psychic impressions, period. My guides tell me. One specific guide, to be specific, tells me, and I follow. That's how I got out of the best, or the largest uranium miner in the world the night before Fukushima happened. Everybody would have thought I was crazy. Why? You made so much gains, it's still going up. Fukushima, next day, boom. But that's because I have a belief paradigm. I'm not. No, I'm not married. And I appreciate you digging the music. I had it composed myself. I didn't create it. I composed it. Somebody made it for me. I'm sure there'll be a time. 1111 is my number. I've been repping 111, rows of 11s. I've been repping them since '07. It's like on everything, if you notice. It's even in the hashtag in my TikToks usually. Oh, sorry guys. Yeah, you're welcome, man. And you're saying we'll open lower on the 24th in the daily forecast. You seem changed to open higher in the live chat just then. Could you please take a look again? Yeah, sure thing. So on the 24th. Guys, if you're just hopping on the TikTok, you're interested in following along, we're on YouTube looking at the live S&P 500 chart side by side with the tarot reading that we did for the day. This is an ESO meta-analysis tarot. The thing about the system of analysis, guys, it can be used to time anything. It doesn't need to be a stock. It doesn't need to be a high or a low. You can time any event in any amount of time for anything. It's a timing system utilizing relationships and timelines. I developed it from scratch through trial and error, but it has insane accuracy. Before this system, like, you know, you couldn't pinpoint time with tarot to the hour. That's just not with the one system of tarot. But this is a secondary system. I use the original system, the pictorial representations, all that stuff, super like important, right? But then on top of it, there's a secondary system of analysis using the tarot that I developed myself, ESO meta-analysis. On the 24th, so you're saying we open lower on the 24th in the daily and changed to open higher in the live. Yeah, it's open higher. I misread the card. This card in the spread to make it better, like easier to interpret for the purposes of what I was looking to do. And so by doing that, it's kind of got there's a little gray area in you know, between what it used to be and what it is now. But I misread the card. The Empress card is it's a decline card, but it's also a yes card, which is interesting because most yes cards are also up rally cards. Most no cards are negative cards, but that's not always the case. Like the Empress card is a bearish card, but it precedes a rally, and it's a yes card. I know what you mean, Queen. You know what? Something interesting. Not a lot of people know about me is that I grew up thinking I was stupid. People told me I was stupid my whole life, and I believed them when I was a child, when I was a young adult. I believed them because I heard it so many times. You have learning disabilities. Something's wrong with you. We can't figure it out. Like he just misses details. Like, no, I actually have a better idea of what's important in reality, and I'm more focused on those things. You just can't comprehend it. I didn't even understand that yet. I was too busy thinking I was stupid. I mean, they put me on the short bus. They held me back in first grade. I'm not kidding you. I was bullied so badly, I skipped 200 days of school in first grade. I played sick. No, I don't know anybody that was bullied as badly as me. So these are the things that I went through in my life that brought me to this place. You get these dicks. They're like, oh, look at this scammer trying to scam people. What a scumbag. Blah, 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 blah. They don't take any time to look at any of the evidence. They're such idiots. Like, you're so stupid and ignorant. Like, open up your mind, not a book. Open your mind, not a book. Books are great, but at some point you got to leave knowledge behind on the way on the stages of enlightenment. It's an attachment. Do I believe readers are leaders? I don't believe all readers are leaders, no. I think there's fortune tellers, and I think there's spiritual leaders. You know, like I utilize tarot, but there's a lot of people who utilize tarot and they know that it works, but they don't know how it works. Like I understand the cause of how it works. It's the same cause for all forms of psychic phenomena. It's the same cause for everything in physical reality. It's our subconscious thought forms. And when you understand how to master your own subconscious, you've then learned how to master your reality, and your reality is infinity, my friends. It's infinity. Anything is possible. It's not going to manifest. It's a lie. You have to change the way your subconscious believes, the beliefs below your conscious threshold, and you do that utilizing subliminal programming. It's a very good way to do it. Very effective. Appreciate it. Let's run. Yeah, 100%. Some readers are deceiving. You know, I mean, and there's some that they're very good. Like they grew up like, you know, in a family of readers, but they don't understand the cause of how it works. It's still a mystery to them. You know, and it's like I found the cause and then I applied it to psychic abilities. I was like, oh wow, if this works on that, then it's going to work on this. I'm going to become psychic. I'm going to be a world-class psychic. That was 10 years ago. I had a lot of work mentality-wise to do. And sometimes I still have to like battle myself out of old thought patterns. You know, that's part of why I'm not super rich, because I made so many huge errors figuring this out. I have like these mental scars of like huge losses. I basically paid for a master's in finance in the amount of losses that I took. You understand? Like I could have gone to school for a master's degree in trading and paid $250,000 to listen to somebody else tell me what reality is. Instead, I just took it in losses. I took that same amount of money and I learned my lessons the hard way. You know, and losing all your money 5-6 times and not having a steady job the entire life of that, you know, that cycle of losing, it becomes very difficult at one point for you to bring yourself back without going back to the real world. The real world. Oh my god, it's so the fucking opposite of what they say. It's not the real world. The real world's in here, my friends. Yeah, but I'll tell you guys, if we don't have a drop relatively soon, I'm opening up buying a call before the close if that happens. Either way, so I'm expecting a decline where I get out of my puts, some of my puts. Namely, I get out of these 350 puts expiring. 351 puts expiring on the 21st. That's what I'm looking to get out of. I sold puts against them yesterday and collected quite a good credit off of that. And then I bought back those short puts in the morning, so it was a really good trade for me. I made quite a lot of money this morning. I mean, on the scale of how much I invested anyways, which wasn't much. So what I'm looking for is an opportunity to get out of those and then possibly to sell against the other puts, because I got 3 day trades already. And I'd look to open up a call. I keep getting this unicursal. I'm not doing it yet. I'm not buying that call yet. I'm just not doing it. Something keeps telling me to hold, to wait. So it's very likely we have a lower low. We could, since we had this sharp, guys, if you're just hopping on the TikTok, check out our YouTube channel. We're looking at a live chart of the S&P 500 right now. Okay, so this right here is probably the brief high that can be easily missed. That's my sense. This looks more like it. What was I looking at here? Right, so since we already broke this level here, on the 13th, we broke into a new low there. It's possible that we just revisit this low. It becomes more probable than it was before that we just revisit this low, but there's still a strong possibility that we see a lower low somewhere between the 20th and the 25th, 26th. If that answers your question outside, well, did I answer your question? Yes, that is the Zodiacs. Yes, you're the first person that ever noticed that on social media. They also are protection from the evil eye. They're one of a kind. I found them on what's it called? Poshmark. There's some good deals on Poshmark, guys. Like, these glasses were like, I couldn't believe it. They needed a little repair though. They did need a little repair. But it was like exactly for me. The zodiac signs, come on, exactly for me. Sideways movement here. It's like all of this has been right. So we had the Ace of Discs, and then we attempt to establish support. This has all been basically like power card energy for the most part. We meet resistance, right here, and then we fall from there. As a matter of fact, let's do this. That seems better. We meet resistance about 3 o'clock hour. Or 2 to 3 o'clock, I should say. Out of a decline, there's a move higher. That's where we meet the resistance, and then there's a strong decline. So yeah, I mean, I'm expecting this decline, but let's say like level tomorrow. That is a possibility, because that could be what this nullified science card means. And it's a breakout card for tomorrow. The victory card speaks of a significant breakout. Usually multiple supports or resistances are broken, and there's a breakout in there. It's either a lower low or it's going to be the same low outside. Well, it's hard to determine sometimes. My sense is we hit 330. When we do that, I'm not so sure. But there's a good probability of it happening, of it happening this coming weekend, actually. But we'll at least be retesting the lows, is my sense. At least retesting the lows. So you'll have an opportunity outside, well, to get it on the long side either way, if you ask me. I also have the 2023 S&P 500 coming out probably next week. If you want to get that 2023 S&P 500 reading, guys, you should go check out the website tarotfortraders.com and sign up for the free newsletter. We send out the annual S&P 500, but we also send out the monthly predictions. They come out. We send them out on the 21st of every month for the month that's coming. So like on the 21st, the people that are on the mailing list will get November's S&P 500 reading. Everybody else is going to have to wait till the very end of the month, unless you sign up and you get it in your email. So I highly recommend you guys do that. The S&P 500 1 year for 2023 will also be coming out likely next week. I'm waiting for the really, really important ones like S&P 500 and Bitcoin and gold. I'm waiting to do the big time frame ones on very specific astrological influences to ensure that they're of like the best quality. Thank you for the likes. Thank you for the likes, friends. This is definitely looking toppy to me. Well, the RSI though. That's that's easily missed. Brief high that's easily missed. Look, like it was there for a second. Like one candlestick, a 1 minute candlestick brought us to the high. That's pretty easily missed if you ask me. This reading's been on point. And guys, I leave the bad ones up. Like everything is free. You can go look at all of it. Like I leave the bad ones up. I don't care because my accuracy is so good. What do I care? Like I'm not trying to hide anything. Like, I'm not right all the time. I want people to understand that. I am not right all the time. And if you trade like I am, you're going to lose your shirt. Period. Don't do it. Trade like a smart trader with discipline, and you'll have an edge. I'm going to step out and get some water real quick. I'll be right back, guys. Calls on Thursday. Check out the 1 month overview for the S&P 500. We've got a crest ahead. Check it out. There's a crest in here. We fall at the end of the day, gap up, fall at the end of the day, gap up. But there's a notable decline, or like it's like a strong decline, or like over this 21st, 24th kind of period of time. And then it looks like there's probably some significant price swings between like the 25th and the 27th, where we might have a month's high there. It's possible, but more likely it's just going to be a prominent crest. Because my sense is that we have the month's low here at the beginning of the week of the 24th through the 28th. So I definitely would not be buying calls. Me personally, I would not buy calls on Thursday. No, I would not. If you're going to buy calls, I would buy calls. What I'm waiting for, I'm actually waiting for the opportunity to buy calls myself this month. So let me bring you up to speed here. That's easily missed, and then a sharp decline. So I'm looking for that sharp decline, end of day, Now, if it gets to like 358 and we still haven't had a sharp decline, I'll buy calls anyways, because we're gapping up. There's a breakout tomorrow. We're gapping up. We move higher before we move lower, Hassan, to be concise for you, throughout the week. Yeah, this is looking like indolence to me. And see, at the end of the day, it's interesting because it's like, oh, right, we established it's not actually end of day. This opportunity, this correlation here, I think is for overnight. Opportunity here really to position oneself, or really this Ace of Wands to position oneself for another downturn at the second half of the day tomorrow. Looks like a pretty significant decline. It's probably harder than it looks, because like when I get like an impression while I'm doing the reading and it's separate from the cards, like I'll write it down on notes here, right? I had a clairvoyant impression come to me, a pretty strong one, so I wrote it down while I was doing this reading. Failure. There's a failure card there as well, and it lines up pretty well with the worry, overlapping with the worry energy, which is also a decline. Both the high and the low nullified tomorrow. So interesting. Like that rarely happens. That rarely happens. Ah, okay. We might actually open rather on the 19th. We might open flat rather than up. It's up or it's flat. It's probably up. And then on the 20th, we gap up in the morning. And it looks like on the 20th is really where this, or excuse me, on the 19th, where we start to see the beginning of this decline. We're like flirting with this price level, this science price level here. We'll be flirting with it for the next couple of days. Unless like tomorrow's a significant breakout early in the morning. Even so, even if it was a significant breakout through that, we would probably still come back and see it. We've got opportunity to short there. And I think the crest is probably, it's probably on the 20th actually, rather than the 19th. I think it's probably on the 20th. We'll see, 19th or 20th. So yes, I think we probably do have a pretty strong drop the second part of the session, the afternoon session tomorrow. This is most likely the low, guys, around here. The 21st and the 26th, possibly the 24th. And I don't see like super bullish cards playing out here. If there were super bullish cards here, and then we had the high correlations on top of that, super bullish cards would lead me to believe that there was like a big move higher to go from a low to a high, but I don't see any significant bullish cards that would make me think we see a new high. It's probably just a prominent crest, like we see often when there's a strong downward trend. Hello. Hey Jordan. If you just hopped on, what we're doing, we're on our YouTube channel, Tarot for Traders, streaming live the S&P 500 chart side by side with the S&P 500 reading that we did for the day, the tarot reading. It was conducted on the 4th of August, posted I think on the 20th, something like that, of August. I think, that's what. It was posted a while ago. Happy man, if you're still on, those Indian business groups, so you're aware, I also do intuitive business consulting. I built 8 businesses. This is the 8th business in my life that I built from scratch, and it will be a business. It's a YouTube channel, you know. But the last time I basically took a test for a franchise. I purchased a franchise right before COVID. Yikes. I knew it. It was the day Uranus stationed retrograde. I should have known it. I should have known. Anyhow, I took a test, a business test for business acumen, and scored a 99 percentile on it. Because I was trained. I had mentors who were billionaires. They stole everything from me. You know, this was prior to my psychic journey, really. But my point is that I can make small changes, just small changes that would have a huge impact. There we go. This is looking like what I've been waiting for. Please, can we have it already? I'm so tired of this sideways. Book all those services on the website, Tarot for Traders. Appreciate it, man. Happy man. The calls you're going to buy are for November. It's just you probably have, like I'm planning to buy calls with like the November horizon on them on the 24th. There's definitely going to be a better price level than we're at right now to buy calls, Hassan. I can tell you that with strong conviction. Oh yeah, no. See, the reason why I ended up getting involved with them is because they've been ripping people off like they ripped me off. tens of thousands of people for over 50 years. These people. It's a company called Smart Circle International, and they basically like set you up with a business under false pretenses. Like, you think that it's working a certain way, and they're the ones paying you. When you start with them, you don't know enough about business to understand that you should have some stuff in writing. By the time that's relevant, you're like a business expert who I built 5 offices in 3 states for them. Some of those are still running today, and I left it, it was a long time ago. Really, so the reason why, there's always a reason for everything, even the struggles in our life. So what I was doing there was twofold. I was learning business, learning how to be a hard worker, and learning not to give up, not to fail, and not to quit when stuff gets hard. That's the key component for success. Is shit's gonna get hard. It doesn't matter if you like it or you don't like it. At some point, it's getting hard. If you like it, you'll make it through. Or if you've got enough incentive, you'll make it through. If not, you'll quit. So, I learned a lot about business, and I tested with a professional aptitude testing company. I had a 99th percentile of business acumen. So that's what I learned building those businesses in so many states with them. But the second reason is because I needed to be aware of them, because I'm going to take them down. Once I have enough eyeballs on me, I'll be able to do so many things to influence society and impact society. Like, that's what power is these days, guys. How many eyeballs are on you? Once you have enough eyeballs, you can literally do anything. You can create sell any perfume, be in a movie, make an album, like lip sync if you need to. You know what I mean? Like, you could do anything, and somebody's gonna buy it because they know about you. Versus everybody they don't know about. Eyeballs equal money in this era. So the more of those that I get, the more influence I'm going to have, and I'm going to take that company down. They need to go down. They're hiring people in their 50s and like having them build all this stuff for them, and then the people make like almost no money. They put their own money in to build the business, and then it gets taken away from them. When they realize that there's something fishy going on and they're not getting paid like they should, they just get rid of them and put somebody else in their shoes. And the person they put in their shoes is somebody that you personally trained yourself. So they're going down. If I have to buy the company outright and just fire everybody, I'll do it. But Jeremy Mosier, don't trust that person. He's a snake. So is a Zach Shook. These are people in Atlanta. They have offices all over the country, all over the world actually, but their headquarters is in Atlanta. They have whole days of class teaching them how not to get identified as a Smart Circle office, because they incorporate them all under different names, so that like you can't like have like this long list of complaints because it's a different name every time they build the office. Like and it's a W-4, not a W-2. It's somewhere right between an employee and a contractor. So you get screwed on both sides, basically. They've got it to a science, and then they've got like billions. I mean, Larry Tenenbaum is like the top guy. He's a billionaire, so they've got plenty of legal buffer. I probably have to buy the company outright and then just fire everybody. I can't wait to see Jeremy Mosier's face. What a dumbass. I was the most successful branch manager out of any of them. You could say owner because I somewhat own those businesses, but I was the most successful. I mean, second place, I was doing 20K a week in my office gross. And second place was doing 8, and that's out of 50 offices, right? That's because I was treating people correctly. I wasn't lying. I wasn't doing all of these snake in the grass things that they try to tell you to do. I was just being legit, upfront, and not wasting time. And I built an army. I had 55 guys before they took it from me. Yeah, I feel you happy, man. I see it coming. I tend to see the future, you know. So this is it. This is the drop. Oh my God. All right, I gotta buy something real quick. There's a glitch on the screen. It's not letting me sell that, so okay, I'm not going to sell that. Interesting. Everything happens for a reason. You should just try not to learn not to fight it, and things go smoothly. I purchased the 382 call expiring on the 26th. I still have my puts. I think I'll probably wait. I'm gonna wait one more day on the puts. I probably shouldn't because I have 4 days to expiration, so it's really risky. But we're talking about like $60. It's a $60 contract right now, so like I'm gonna hold it. I'm gonna hold those puts until tomorrow, where we see this strong decline. If you're just hopping on the TikTok, guys, check out our YouTube. We're live streaming, looking at a live S&P 500 chart and our tarot spread for the day. Guys, we're doing stock and crypto related questions anyways. If you want to know if you're going to pass, why don't you just study, take the test, and find out if you pass? Like, why do you need to know that ahead of time? This is psychic energy. It takes quite a lot of sacrifice for me to generate it, and I'm going to use it to answer questions that are important. Like, you don't need to know if you're going to pass. Like, that's what the test is for, to pass or fail. And it's not like a year from now, it's like next week, right? So like, just wait a week, dude. I know I'm gonna give that answer a lot now because I'm not a fortune teller, guys. I'm a world-class psychic. All right, ask me something important. Appreciate the likes, thank you. Alright guys, so so I'm going to hold those puts for this decline that I see at the end of the day tomorrow. And probably cash out right at the close there. But I also opened up the long position because I do see, like, interesting. There's a breakout, so we probably open higher than this price level. That's my sense. And that would make sense. The price level is nullified, so it becomes irrelevant. So we probably break through it. What I didn't see, guys, is this sharp decline, right? I mean, that's kinda, but I would have expected to see something bigger than that. And there needs to be like some sort of rebound energy in the card for really to make sense to me. So this is telling me that probably like there's another imminent drop very, very soon. There's a lot of back and forth going on. A lot of log and do some more readings, guys. Get another 5 out tomorrow. right, looks like that's it for the questions, guys. I'm gonna roll. I'll see you guys all tomorrow. I'm probably gonna hop on in the morning again. Construction sounds have been quieting down finally, so you'll see me on during the day and in the morning a lot more frequently, but I'm still gonna have that regular 3 o'clock time. Thank you so much for watching, my friends. Much appreciated for all your support, past, present, future, and make sure you're following that rule of karma, my friends. Like you're building like your dream future as long as you're following that rule of karma. I'll see you on the next one.